Let's welcome in our next guest, Aditya Agarwal, Head Technical Research at Way to Wealth. Aditya, good afternoon. What's the sense that you get about Nifty as far as markets are concerned? Do you think we are heading into a consolidation phase?
Afternoon, Pankaj. Well, if you see then this whole series, we have seen that Nifty has consolidated in a band of 8,000 and 8,300 levels. In Friday trading session, we saw some volatility in the market. Nifty breached 8,000 level for intraday session. But again, means if we see a sharp recovery was seen from lower levels, and Nifty managed to close above 8,000 levels. So it still means we have again come in the same range, 8,000, 8,300 levels. But yes, that tide which was from buy on dips, it has now become slightly, means now it is a consolidation phase in which market will go. It means it's not like buy on dips all stocks. It's very selected stocks are there in which one has to initiate long positions. We cannot go sector specific theme, as in the same sector we are seeing that one stock is on long side, one stock is on short side. So overall market is still in a range. Nifty is not giving any clear clue as of now. It's a means sell or buy. So I would wait for in Nifty to take any fresh call. Yes, if Nifty comes in the range of 8050, 8020 level, around that levels we will go long, keeping a stop loss of 7920 and target of 8280, 8300 levels. But at this level, at 8100 levels, Nifty is in no trade zone, and one should avoid making any long or short positions in Nifty at current levels.
Right, but stock-specific movement would continue. I mean, volatile moves into large-cap names that would continue to happen.
Well, yes, that will continue to happen. Means now we will not see. Means stock-specific volatility. We are expecting that will increase, and we will see some high amount of volatility in metals, auto, and especially in PSU banks also. So we are expecting that buying will continue in PSU banks, but auto and metals will be under pressure, and and some profit booking will be there on higher levels in both these sectors.
Right. Any view on Aurobindo Pharma? It opened at about 660 levels on Friday. It's now retraced and come back to the levels of Thursday.
Well, if we see whole pharma pack, then after if we see then last 2 or 3 weeks, they were continuously under bear pressure. But now in today's session, we are seeing some fresh long positions getting built up in all the pharma stocks. Aurobindo Pharma, if we see then 680, 670 is the support level. Stocks are respected at support level, and Friday's trading session it managed to close above that. And today we are seeing some short unwinding pressure in Aurobindo Pharma. So we can see some more pullback towards 740, 745 levels one can expect in Aurobindo Pharma. But yes, not a very significant upside from these levels. But yes, 3 to 4% upside is quite possible in Aurobindo Pharma.
Right. But would you want to initiate a fresh buy, or just pass it away?
Well, at these levels, again, means Aurobindo Pharma is not a stock in which I would like to go long in pharma space. In fact, Sun Pharma, Dr. Reddy and Cipla, these three are looking much better technically as compared to Aurobindo Pharma. Aurobindo Pharma may see a rally towards 745, 750 levels, but I would advise to book profit in a long position if someone is having around those levels rather than initiating long position at current levels.
Right. As far as Lupin, Sun Pharma is concerned, big underperformance, now you would look to buy?
Well, yes, means if we see Sun Pharma, then 690, 700 was a very strong support area. And for last 2 weeks, stock is consolidating in a band of 710 and 750, 755 levels. In today's session, stock has given a breakout from this range on a higher side. And we have seen some sharp short covering in this stock counter. Stock has already shed 7% shares in open interest. So we're expecting that from these levels, Sun Pharma may see some decent pullback and it can test 810 to 820 levels in short term. So at current levels also, one can go long, keeping a stop loss of 750, and on higher side one can expect 820 and 830 target. Similarly, if we see Cipla, then this is again one counter which has which saw some sharp correction, and thereafter for last 3-4 weeks stock was consolidating in a band of 460 and 490 levels. Today's stock is just trading around the resistance zone of 490, and we have seen again 10% open interest have reduced in Cipla, which is again on back of short covering. So in Cipla is again one counter, if it managed to close above 490, then it can test 530 to 540 levels.
Right. How would you look at SBI, Bank of Baroda, some of these names? You think trading bets can be taken over there?
Well, definitely, means if we see PSU banks, then PSU banks are looking very strong. Means we saw some fresh long positions getting built up in Friday's trade, and today we are again seeing some follow-up buying. Bank of Baroda, I will leave as of now, because if we see this counter, it is trading in a band of 155 and 140. So till the time Bank of Baroda does not break 155 on higher side and sustains above that, so long position I will avoid in Bank of Baroda. But yes, SBI is one counter which is looking quite strong. 217.18 is a minor resistance zone. Stock is trading around those levels only. slowly, but overall stock structure is good. And we're expecting the stock may test 230, 235 levels in short term. And some of the PSU banks, if we talk about like Bank of India, PNB, Oriental Bank of Commerce, Union Bank, all these stocks have made a good formation. After good consolidation, we have seen a good pullback in these counters, and they are giving some fresh breakouts. So overall, PSU banks is looking good, but as compared to PSU banks, private sector banks are not looking so good, and we're expecting the private sector bank will be the laggard in next coming trading sessions, but PSU banks will keep Bank Nifty high.
Right, but how should you look at these PSU names? In percentage-wise, they have given a great returns. When everybody wants to sell and we are seeing doomsday sort of scenario, just go and buy for a trading bet or a trading bounce.
Well, yeah, means that's right. These stock PSU banks have seen us. If we see in percentage terms from lower levels, they have seen a significant rally. But if we see the overall correction which they have seen in last couple of years and the rally which they have seen in last couple of days, then that is not significant. Most of the PSU banks are still looking good. And we are seeing some fresh long positions getting built up in most of the PSU banks. So it still means I think that this is not a space where one should initiate short position at current levels. If someone is having long positions, they can continue to hold their long position and ride the rally. And yes, at current levels also, there are many PSU banks which are looking good and one can initiate long positions.
Right. As far as, particularly PNB is concerned, any view?
Well, if we see PNB, then 92 was a very strong resistance zone, and stock has breached that level quite convincingly. And after that, also we have seen a 10% kind of rally in PNB. Overall structure still looks good, and we are expecting the stock may test 110 to 115 level in short term. At current levels, also one can initiate long positions, keeping a stop loss of 94, and on higher side, one can expect target of 110 to 115 in short term.
Right. Aditya, just request you to stay on with us. About a minute remaining for markets to close. About 0.06% higher, so really a no sort of a day for Nifty. SBI on your screen up 2.5%, 216, 217. Hindalco is up 2% at about 120. ICICI Bank flat with a positive bias, 0.5% higher. Tata Steel down about 1%. Idea Cellular up about 0.75. Axis Bank up 0.75. Sun Pharma up about 2.2%. BHEL up 1%, 119. Yes Bank down about 0.5%, 1,074. Power Grid down about 1.2%. Adani Ports up about 1%, 203. Z Entertainment down about 2%. Infosys 2% decline, 1166. Tata Motors DVR down 1%. Z Entertainment down about 2%. Bharti Airtel down about 1% or so, 1.3%. Tata Power down about 0.5%. Cipla up 3%, 490, 491. TCS down close to 3%, 2,497. Bharati Infratel up 1%, 328. In fact, this is the name which has really had a bad run as well. So maybe that's the reason why you're seeing some covering happening. Aurobindo Pharma 3% higher. HCL Tech down about 0.7%. BPCL up 2.3. Tech Mahindra down about a quarter. Wipro down about 1.2%, and HDFC Bank down about 0.16. GAIL absolutely flat with a positive bias, 0.85. M&M absolutely flat. Lupin up about 1%, 1,478. And HUL absolutely on the flatter side. Kotak Mahindra Bank 0.65% higher, 738, 739. IndusInd Bank down about 1.4%. ACC up about 2% Dr. Reddy's up close to about 3%. I think we should anytime get the closing bell. 3 points higher as far as Nifty is concerned, or rather 3.7. So really absolutely flat. Sensex down about 5 points or so. We'll get the adjusted close in just a bit, but I don't think that the adjusted close will be quite material or quite different than what we are seeing. That's the closing bell for Nifty and Sensex. 3.7 points higher. Sensex up about 5 points. Let's start with the gainers. BOB was the top gainer, 151, 152. 3% higher, 151. Ultratech was doing very well. 3% higher for Ultratech, 3,393. Let's just look at that name as well. 3% higher. Aurobindo Pharma, 3%, 722, 723. Since morning, it has been doing decently well. Dr. Reddy's was up about 3% or so. There was a report, I believe, from one of the top brokerages on Dr. Reddy's. Cipla did well, 3% higher. So out of the first 6 to 7 top gainers, there are banking names, especially PSU. So BOB, SBI come in among that. Aurobindo Pharma, Dr. Reddy's and Cipla are the gainers as far as pharma is concerned. Ultratech and Ambuja, if you just expand the list to the top 8, are including the cement names as well. So it was cement, it was PSU banks, and it was essentially the pharma names that did well. Let's look at some losers as well. So a TCS was down about 3 odd percent, 2,496 for a TCS, close to 77 rupees decline. Infosys was down about 2.5 odd percent, 1,168. So the top two losers were the IT pack. Z Entertainment was down close to about 2 odd percent, to 439. IndusInd Bank was down about 1.4 percent, 1079 for IndusInd Bank. Asian Paints was on the losing side, down about 1.4 odd percent. So that's a name that did not do particularly that well. Let's look at some gainers from the broader market space. Sugar as a pack did very well. So you had Sri Renuka, you had Bajaj Hindustan. All of these names did particularly quite well. Ugar Sugars for one. Triveni Engineering is also a sugar company, or they have sugar into their business. There you go. Sri Renuka was up about 11. Bajaj Hindustan was up close to 10. Triveni, Dhampur Sugar, Balrampur Chini, all these names did well. ARSS Infrastructure got an order for about 40 to 50 odd crores, and it was up a full 20% today. Aditya Agarwal is still with us. Aditya, any view on these sugar packs, or you don't track them?
Well, mostly I don't track the sugar pack, but if this means in the last couple of days I have seen some of the sugar companies, and means most of the sugar companies have seen significant rally from lower levels, and they have made good charts. After a long time, we have seen the sugar sector have started performing. So overall structure remains still good. It means Balrampur Chini, if we see, then we can expect targets like 145 to 150 in Balrampur Chini. So this is one stock in which one can remain long. Again, another stock is Dhampur Sugar. Means in this stock also we expecting target of 145 to 160. So overall structure for sugar industry as such is looking good, and one can remain invested if they are having long positions in sugar pack.
Right. If we look at the broader market space and try to find out what essentially is doing well. It's been some of these holding companies. Any view on Aditya Birla Nuvo? How is it shaping up? 6-7% higher.
Well, means if we see Aditya Birla Novo, this stock was consolidating in the band of 1,000 and 1,080 for the last couple of weeks. And in today's trading session, we have seen a good breakout. And with this stock has added significant amount of long positions. It has added almost 28% shares in open interest. So it means, and we are expecting that the rally may continue. But yes, if someone wants to initiate long position, then they should wait for some pullback. If a stock comes in the range of 1110 or 1100 level, that is a good level where they can again go long, keeping a stop loss of 1,060. And higher side, one can easily expect target of 1175 to 1200 in Aditya Birla Novo.
Right. Aditya, thank you so much for taking our time for us. Hope you have a great day going ahead.